Best regards, tutor and partners. My name is Samuel David Ayala. I am in the English degree as a foreign language in the course English 6. And this is the task 4. The title is the fairy tale. We create a fairy tale um, in base of some characters, uh, some subjects, and then we are going to present our fairy tale in a video. Okay, so I will present to you the fairy tale in a flip book. So this is the screen, and let's going to start. The title is Buddy and the Four Dogs. Once upon a time, there was a brave dog called Buddy. He was on the way to see his father Rocky, when he decided to take a shortcut through Central Park. It wasn't long before Buddy got lost. He looked around, but all he could see were trees. Nervously, he fell into his bag for his favorite toy, Squishy Ball. But the Squishy Ball was nowhere to be found. Buddy began to panic. He felt sure he had packed its Squishy Ball. To make matters worse, he was starting to feel hungry. Unexpectedly, he saw a funny dog dressed in a blue cap disappearing into the trees. How what? Thought Buddy. For the want of anything better to do, he decided to follow the peculiarly dressed dog. Perhaps it could tell him the way out of the forest. Eventually, Buddy reached a clearing. He found himself surrounded by houses made from different sorts of wood. There was a house made from broccoli, another one made from pizza, another one from burger, another one from sweets, and the last house made from Cheetos. Buddy could feel his tummy rumbling. Looking at the houses did nothing to ease his hunger. "Hello," he called. "Is anybody there?" Nobody replied. Buddy looked at the roof of the closest house and wondered if it would be rude to eat somebody else's chimney. Obviously, it would be impolite to eat at the whole house, but perhaps it would be considered acceptable to nibble the odd fixture of lick the odd feeding. In a time of need, a cackle broke through the air, giving Buddy a fright. A witch jumped into the space in front of the houses. She was carrying a cage. In that cage was its squishy ball. Squishy ball shouted Buddy. He turned to the witch. "That's my toy." The witch just shrugged. "Give my squishy ball back," cried Buddy. "Not on your Nelly," said the witch. "At least let's squishy ball out of that cage." Before she could reply, four obstinate dogs rushed in from a footpath on the other side of the clearing. Buddy recognized the one in the blue cap that he'd seen earlier. The witch seemed to recognize him too. "Hello, Cornelio," said the witch. "Good morning." The dogs noticed the ball. "Who is this?" "That's my squishy ball," explained the witch. "Oh, this toy would look lovely in my house. Give it to me," demanded the dog. The witch shook her head. "It is staying with me." Excuse me," Buddy interrupted. "The squishy ball lives with me, and not in a cage." Cornelio ignored him. "Is there nothing you will trade?" he asked the witch. The witch thought for a moment, then said, "I do like to be entertained. I will release him to anybody who can eat a whole front door." Cornelio looked at the house made from Cheetos and said, "No problem. I could eat an entire house made from Cheetos if I want to." "That's nothing," said the next dog. "I could eat two houses." "There's no need to show off," said the witch. "Just eat one front door and I will let you have the ball." Buddy watched, feeling very worried. He didn't want the witch to give its squishy ball to Cornelio. He didn't think Squishy Ball would like to live with a scary and obstinate dog, away from his house and all his other toys. The other three dogs watched while Big Dog put on his bib and withdrew a knife and fork from his pocket. "I will eat at this whole house," said the big dog. "Just you watch." Cornelio pulled off a corner of the front door of the house made from pizza. He gulped it down smiling and went back for more, and more and more. Eventually the big dog started to get bigger, just a little bit bigger at first, but after a few more forkfuls of pizza he grew to the size of a large snowball, and he was every bit as round. I don't feel too good," said Cornelio. Suddenly he started to roll. He'd grown so round that he could no longer balance. "Help!" he cried, and he rolled off down a slope into the forest. Cornelio never finished eating the front door made from pizza, and a squishy ball remained trapped into the weeds cage. An average dog, called Reno, stepped up and approached the house made from burger. "I will eat at this whole house," said Reno. "Just you watch." Reno pulled off a corner of the front door of the house made from burger. She gulped it down smiling and went back for more, and more and more. After a while the average dog started to look a little kissy. She grew greener and greener. A woodcutter walked into the clearing. "What this bush doing here?" he asked. "I'm not a bush, I'm a dog," said Rena. "It talks!" exclaimed the woodcutter. "Those talking bushes are the worst kind. I'd better take it away from somebody gets hurt." "No, wait!" cried Reno, as the woodcutter picked her up. But the woodcutter ignored her cries and carried the dog away under his arm. Reno never finished eating the front door made from burger, and the squishy ball remained trapped in the weeds cage. Copito stepped up and approached the house made from sweets. "I will eat at this whole house," said Copito. "Just you watch." Copillo put off a corner of the front door of the house made from sweets. He gulped it down and smiling and went back for more, and more and more. After 5 or 6 platefuls, Copito started to fidget uncomfortably on the spot. He stopped eating sweets for a moment, then grabbed another forkful. But before he could eat it, there came an almighty roar. A bottom barb louder than a rocket taking off propelled the little dog into the sky. "Ah!" cried Copito. "I'm scared of eight." Copito was never seen again. Copito never finished eating the front door made from sweets, and the squishy ball remained trapped into the witch cage. A teeny dog called Chucky stepped up and approached the house made from Cheetos. "I will eat this whole house," said Chucky. "Just you watch." Chucky pulled off a corner of the front door of the house made from Cheetos. She gulped it down smiling and went back for more, and more and more. However, on the next mouthful the food fell straight out of Teeny Dog's mouth. He tried to stuff in another forkful of Cheetos, but once again the food fell out. There just wasn't enough room left in her belly. "This is just not fair," declared Chucky and stormed off into the forest. Chucky never finished eating the front door made from Cheetos, and the squishy ball remained trapped in the witch cage. "That's it," said the witch. I win. I get to keep with my squishy ball." "Not so fast," said Buddy. There is still one front door to go. The front door of the house made from broccoli, and I haven't had the turn yet." "I don't have to give you a turn," laughed the witch. "My games, my rules." The woodcutter's voice carried through the forest. I think you should give him a chance. It's only fair. Fine, said the witch. But you saw what happened to the dogs. He won't last long. I will be right back, said Buddy. What? Said the witch. Where is your sense of impatience? I thought you want the squishable back. Buddy ignored the witch and gathered a hefty pile of sticks. He came back to the clearing and started a small campfire. Carefully, he broke a piece of door of the house made from broccoli and tossed it over the fire. Once it had cooked and cooled just a little, he took a bit. He quickly devoured the whole piece. Buddy sat down on a nearby log. You failed, cackled the witch. You were supposed to eat the whole door. I haven't finished, explained Buddy. I am just waiting for my food to go down. When Buddy's food had digested, he broke off another piece of the door made from broccoli. Once more he tossed his food over the fire and waited for it to cool just a little. He ate it at leisure pace, then waited for it to digest. Eventually, after several sittings, Buddy was down to the final piece of the door made from broccoli. Carefully, he tossed it and allowed it to cool just a little. He finished his final course. Buddy had eaten the entire front door of the house made from broccoli. The witch stamped her foot angrily. You must have tricked me, she said. I don't reward. Cheating! I don't think so, said a voice. It was the woodcutter. He walked back into the clearing, carrying his axe. This little boy won fair and square. Now hand over its squishy ball, or I will chop your broomstick in half. The witch looked horrified. She grabbed her broomstick and placed it behind her. Then, huffing, she opened the door of the cage. Buddy hurried over and grabbed his squishy ball, checking that his favorite toy was all right. Fortunately, the ball was unarmed. Buddy thanked the woodcutter, grabbed a quick souvenir, and buried onto meet Rocky. It was starting to get dark. When Buddy got to Rocky's house, his father threw his arms around him. I was so worried, cried Rocky. You are very late. As Buddy described his day, he could tell that Rocky didn't believe him, so he grabbed a napkin from his pocket. What's that? Asked Rocky. Buddy unwrapped a dog hob made from pizza. Pudding, he said. Rocky almost fell off his chair. And this is the end. Okay, well, this is my fairy tale about the body and the four dogs. So thank you very much, and this is all.